Okay, let's talk about this. Because this pissed me off. Alright? Here's the deal. This tweet says, apparently, the Dawn Trail experience is tanks who refuse to just reset when the healer dies, so your party watch from outside the barrier, while they solo from like 25% HP. It's not fun for anyone, and the healer doesn't get to learn. Dude, brother, if you want to learn the fight, there is a literal tool called duty support. You go over here, you press this button, and you click this. This is the tool that they gave you specifically so that you could learn mechanics on your own. Like, the overall sentiment. So they said, this breach containment, so I'll just add, I politely asked the tank if they wouldn't mind resetting so that the new healer could learn the fight, but they did not. Brother, it's not the responsibility of the tank to wipe so that someone else can learn the fight. They're also playing the game. You can't... Who do you think is wasting more time and not allowing people to learn the fight if they die? Or if they don't do this? Is it the tank that survives the mechanic and wants to play the game? Or the people that die and then we have to reset the whole fight just so these people can learn? It's just a gigantic waste of time either way. Like, these people want understanding, empathy, and compassion. Okay. In return, the only thing I ask is a crumb of fucking competence. That is all I ask. I'm not asking for much. We're not doing Savage. We're doing fucking dungeons. Some of these people, including myself, just go into dungeons so we can get experience, tomes, gear, or whatever. We're not there to experience the fucking fight. You want to do that? Go to the duty support. That's what it's there for. Turning this around on tanks is literally one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. Not to diss this person. Like the whole healer stuff is getting out of hand because I'm starting to believe they're becoming so entitled that they think that they can ask other people to stop playing their game just for their own experience. That's not how it works. That's rude of you to expect that from other people. I think that's insane. Like, you want the tank to stop playing their game just because you died and you want to learn the mechanic? Fuck no. If I can solo that fight, which I have, if I've soloed fights, I've soloed dungeons, not dungeons, but I've soloed bosses in dungeons from like 50%. Because they die, and then, like, I'm just playing the game. Do I not get to play my game just because you died? Dude, like, a lot of people in this thread also say, like, oh, it's such a waste of time. What do you think is a bigger waste of time? So, like, us doing the mechanic correctly and not dying, or dying and asking the tank to reset? Like, either way, you're gonna waste time. If you ask the tank to reset or the tank solos, it's a waste of time regardless because you're the one that died. Why is the tank getting punished for your fuck up? This is like a level of entitlement that I just don't understand. Because you can't ask other people to not play the game that they've paid for because you want to learn it. You want to learn it, congratulations. You have a tool that literally lets you do that from like 3 expansions ago, man. Just go on the duty support. It's what it's there for. It's such a strange ask, man. Like, you politely ask them. Look, I'm going to show you a video. I'm going to show you a video of mine. This video. This was my first attempt at the final trial of Dawn Trail. Watch this shit. Okay. Looking at this, you're elevated off the platform, right? You're like, gravity lifted you up and you see the walls with the holes on it. This is literally just a mechanic where it's round hole on round peg, or in this case, square hole on square peg. And watch what happens next. what the fuck? Brother, this is like, I understood like this mechanic the first moment it showed up. You don't need to be a Savage Raider to understand this. All you have to do is have a modicum of competency. That's all I ask. You ask other people of compassion, of patience, of empathy, of all of these things, and all we ask in return is a modicum of competency. All I want you to be is a little competent. That's it. Nothing else. So when I see posts like this saying like, oh, but I want to learn, like the healer doesn't get to learn. So what, man? The healer doesn't get to learn. Go to duty support. It's what it's there for. You want to learn the fight. You want to do it at your own pace. You're not wasting other people's time. You're wasting other people's time by dying in this fucking dungeon, because most people just want to get the dungeon done with. They don't want to waste time on it. They're not waiting for you to learn the fucking mechanic. We're not doing Savage Prog. This is a dungeon, man. Dude, a lot of people agreed with this. Like, my face when the rest of us wipe at the thing is trying to solo 1%. What does that even mean? Like, not even if they ask, will I reset? Because number one, if you try to reset as a tank, it actually takes a long fucking time for you to die. Like, even if you don't mitigate or heal, you're looking at, like, eating a mechanic gives you 1 vuln. Then you take a tank buster, you're still not dead. AoE, still not dead. You eat another mechanic, still not dead. And then you eat another tank buster or mechanic, then you're probably dead. That's five things happening. That's like 2 minutes of an already like 5-minute fight. You're telling us that we waste time, but you dying doesn't. It doesn't detract from the experience of other people when you fucking died. Like this guy says, I solo from 25% or less for sure. Not out of respect for the Roulette's team's time. I get that there are people that want to learn. Mostly people just want to push through the dungeon. Exactly. When I do dungeons, I just want to get to the end. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I think that dungeon design in Final Fantasy is atrocious, at least compared to WoW. WoW's dungeons are more interesting design-wise. There's more room for error. You can actually fuck up multiple ways. In dungeons, you literally just have corridor, a mop pack, boss, mop pack, boss, mop pack, boss. That's it. That's the entire structure of the dungeon. Sometimes they had another enemy that's a bit tankier, but that's it. Like the thing is, they're complaining about this. But this has been a thing since fucking Stormblood. I've been playing seriously speaking, since Stormblood. And I've been seeing this, and I've been playing tank ever since then. I've been seeing this ever since Stormblood. This is nothing new. Why are they complaining about this now? I feel like the healer strike dilemma, if you can call it that, kind of exacerbated this entire thing to a degree that's not even, it's just ridiculous. It's stupid. This is not meant to be considered. I just think it's like they say it's disrespectful for the healers for a tank to solo the fight when you're literally asking them to fuck up on purpose just so you can learn the mechanic that you fucked up. A mechanic which, by the way, doesn't take that long to learn. Who the fuck learns like you learn the mechanic while you're doing it? This isn't fucking Savage. Well, you gotta watch a guide, then you gotta prog, then you gotta this is a dungeon, man. And like, I like that they also add this like weaselly little comment saying that when the healer dies, so your party watch from the outside the barrier. Who's to say that the DPSs died? DPSs have enough mitigation. As a tank, I have options to heal my DPSs if I'm playing warrior or paladin. So maybe I can just heal them through it. You're the one that doesn't get to do the mechanic. You're the one that died. You're the one that gets punished. Why should other people get punished because you want to learn the mechanic? This is, like, asinine, in my opinion. This is actually, like, asking people to hinder their own experience just because of you. If it's clear that this is a shared attempt. It was our first attempt at a boss with no party wipes. What does that mean? With no party wipes? But the party wiped. Minus the tank. Like, I soloed 3 bosses in this whole expansion. 3. If that doesn't tell you how fucking bad it is that people don't understand mechanics, like if you die, that's your punishment. You sit out the fight while everybody else tries to do it. Why would they die just for your experience? They're supposed to hinder their own experience because you died, and you want to, dude. It's so stupid. The worst part about this is that there's actually already a tool available for people who want to prog the fight alone. It's duty support. If you go to duty support, the tank will wait for you. They will like cater to your every need. They'll do like the NPCs will just do everything for you. Like you wipe, you start the fight all over again. If that's what you want, be my guest. But in my experience, it's not what I want. Dude, I swear to God, they blame tanks for everything. Tanks are the reason that healers are homogenous. Tanks are the reason that you can solo dungeons. Tanks are the reason there's world hunger. Tanks are the reason for World War III. I swear to God, next time, like, when World War III rolls around, which probably will, I'm gonna be, like, in the trenches, holding my fucking machine gun, getting, like, shot at and shit, and I get shot in the chest and I'm bleeding out. The dude, like, another soldier approaches me and said, "Should have popped damnation. That's your fault for being a tank." Like, dude, what else do, like, we haven't, like, tanks haven't done anything. We just do, literally just doing the fight. They're mad at us for doing the fight, despite the fact that they fuck up. I like that they also add, it's not fun for anyone, and the healer doesn't get to learn. It's not fun for anyone. Correction, it's fun for me, because I don't die and I get to solo the boss. Like bad tanks will die to the dungeon mechanic. They will die, so you just have to wait. But a good tank will clear it. Will kill the boss all by themselves. In that case, it's fun for them. You know what my advice is? You shouldn't have fucking died, or you should play tank if you're so peeved about this. I just have a hard time understanding why. Like, I feel like Final Fantasy is starting to become like this kind of like babe, like it almost feels like a kindergarten at some points, because they want a participation award for just being in the dungeon. Like, they want to experience the dungeon. Like, it already gives you the tool to do that, but that's besides the point. They want to experience the dungeon, so with like minimal effort or risk, because apparently the boss isn't trying to kill you. It's just a bunch of mechanics like happening at once. So why not just add an auto res button? Like, everybody gets like one more chance. Just add that. People will probably still complain, but who cares? Like, at least some concerns are addressed. It really baffles me. It really does baffle me. Like, how is this the tank's fault? The tank is a subscriber to the game just like you. They get to play the game too. They don't get to fuck up on purpose just because you did. If they can solo the boss, you shouldn't be saying that they should be resetting. You should be saying, like, go for it, try it. Like, if you're willing to waste time to reset, you're willing to waste the same time, because that's the worst part. Soloing the boss at like 25% or doing the fight all over again is going to take the same amount of time. Like I said, dying to the boss as a tank is already hard. It already takes quite a bit of time. So just soloing the boss is probably faster than doing the fight all over again. And one other thing, there's one more important thing. The reason that I like to solo if everybody dies is because if I solo, at least I killed the boss. What is my guarantee? What is my guarantee that when we reset, let's imagine I reset like they ask. What is my guarantee that they won't die again? They're learning the fight, right? So they might die again. And if they do, guess what? We have to do the fight all over again. Or I just solo the boss. I prefer to have... Oh, shit. I prefer to have the most amount of control over my situation. And the most amount of control is me soloing the fucking boss. Like, when you saw in that clip of everybody dying at once, that is evidence that people Okay, in that case, it's a bit different because that trial you can't do with Duty Finder. But it's a good example of how people don't even bring like the smallest amount of effort into the game because that mechanic is not hard. Period. It isn't hard. It isn't hard to understand. It isn't hard to do. It's just literally square hole on square peg, and these motherfuckers go for the triangle peg. I don't get it. I'm getting a bit too mad about this. Like this person, like I don't dislike this person, obviously. Like I don't agree with their opinion. I think it's stupid. But honestly, asking for something like this is more disrespectful than a tank soloing the boss. 100%. That's all I wanted to say about that. I don't have anything else for now.